Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Today I've got a Killer Thermo Sudoku taken from LMI Puzzle Expo, and this Sudoku was created by Pulverizingpancake, an author who produces fascinating Sudokus on the Logic Masters portal. This Sudoku I really struggled during my sol, and I didn't revisit this Sudoku until today. I always had this Sudoku in mind because I knew that I really struggled and I wanted to come back to this Sudoku at some point. And so I started this Sudoku again today. So to be very frank, I got stuck and I could not see the logic. So what I did, I just watched some of the top solvers solving it and I still could not get it. And until I started seeing Teach and Solve, an author whose Sudoku on which we made a video for the previous one. So I suddenly understood what I was missing, and I'm going to show you what I missed, and I'm not sure why I missed that, but really it makes for a fascinating study, you can say. Okay, this is a wonderful Sudoku, and you will surely enjoy solving this Sudoku. So without much further ado, let's jump into the rules. And just a small point, if you're really enjoying what we do on the channel, the least you can do to support us is by hitting the subscribe button below. If you subscribe, that will be a huge motivation for us, because that's the only way you can show that you enjoy what we do on the channel, and that will also help in egging us to keep producing videos on a consistent basis. So please do like the video and hit the subscribe button. Right, let's move to the rules now. Classic rules apply. Each row, each column and 3x3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9, no repetitions. And then thermo and killer rules come into play. So in a thermometer, starting from the round bulb until the end of the thermometer, you will have strictly increasing digits. And in a killer cage, as you can see here, digits do not repeat and they will sum to the clue given in the top left corner of the cage if given. So for example, this cage is empty, but if there is a clue given, then it means that the sum of the digits will be equal to the given clue. So these are the rules, and with that we'll start this wonderful Sudoku. The link to solve this is in the description, so please do give it a try. Once eyes are immediately caught to this to these two long thermometers, so you can see that they are both 7 cell long thermometers. So you can instantly write in the pencil marks here. These both must be 2, 3, 4. These both must be 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, and 7, 6, 7, 8, and 7, 8, 9. So nothing like too difficult about it. So it's a 7 cell long thermometer, so the bottommost cell can go until a maximum of 3, because anything more than that and you can't feel the thermometer. Right, now it's time for us to make tiny eliminations which weren't so apparent to me during my sol. I missed a lot of these tiny eliminations, but they're really powerful. So I'm going to show you them. First, let us understand how this row works. You can see here that you have a 9 cage and you also have these pencil marks looking at this 9 cage. Now if you ask yourself, where does the 7, 8 and 9 go in this row? That's a really important question. You cannot have a 7, 8 or a 9 in a 3 cell 9 cage, because that would lead to a total of minimum 10. So which means that we have exactly 3 cells for 7, 8, 9 in that row. So that's the first thing that you can see in this Sudoku. Okay, so the next thing, similar to what we did in row 8, if you look at column 8, just the opposite. Instead of looking at the highest 3 digits, we are going to look at the lowest 3 digits. So where does the 1, 2, 3 go? You cannot have 1, 2, 3 in a 21 cage, because if you have 3 here, then you need to have 9 2 times, which isn't possible. So 1, 2, 3 is forced into these 3 cells. Okay, so the next thing is where the tiny eliminations come into part here. It basically makes use of the fact that there is a 21 cage here and a 9 cage here. A really clever construction by the author. And I forgot to add, you can see that the Sudoku is entirely symmetric. You have two thermometers symmetrically opposite, right? And a center cage which is rotationally symmetric. If you rotate it 180 degrees, it will still be the same. Then you have two killer cages which are again rotationally symmetric, and again two cages in rotationally symmetric positions. So completely symmetric grid. So excellent construction. Okay, now coming back here, can you have a 6 here? Because that would force immediately 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So this becomes a 4, 5 pair now, and you can't satisfy the 21 because we will need a minimum of 12 from these two cells, right? We need 12 from these two cells so that we can get to a total of 21. A 6 here is not letting us achieve that. So this is the first tiny elimination I was talking about. So 6 is removed here, 5 gets removed here, 4 gets removed here, and 3 gets removed here. Now where does the 6 go in row 8? 6 is forced into this cell, and the moment you have a 6 in a 9 cage, you can instantly deduce that it must be a 1, 2, 6, right? You can't have anything else there in those cells. This is 1, 2, 6, can't have 6 here. Okay, I keep adjusting my IMAX screen because my head seems to be cut off a bit. Okay, so where do we go next? Okay, again, we can get a lot of information by looking at this place. If you have a 7 here, you force an 8, 9 here, right? A 7, 8, 9 is instantly forced. Now the maximum you can get from here is 5 and 6, which add up to 11. And you'll still need 10 more, which is impossible. So 7 is also eliminated here. So this becomes 5, 6. Now looking closely, can you have 8, 9 here? If you have 8, 9 here, so you can satisfy that. There is no issue in that. So the chain of eliminations as far as this thermo is considered kind of stops here. Let's look at this 19 cage. You can't have 1 here because you'll need 18 from 2 cells. This is not 1, which means it's 2 plus 8 plus 9 or 3 plus 7 plus 9. Both the cases there is a 9 common here. Excellent. So what do we do next? Okay. Okay, so if you look closely here again, this row, you have a triplet here, 1, 2, and 6. So that kind of forces every digit, every other digit in this row, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, 8, and that's 8 and 9. And now coming back to our question, can you have an 8 here? Because that would force a 9 here, and the maximum you can receive from these two cells is 4 and 7 because of 5, 6 here. And that again, means that you must have 10 from that cell, not possible. So that is 7. So which means in this column, 4 is forced here. There's no other place. The moment you have 4 in a 21 cage with 3 cells, the other 2 cells are 8 and 9, 4, 8 and 9. Because you'll need 17, and that can only be achieved by 4, 8, and 9. Okay. Next. Okay, so this is one of the defining moments in the Sudoku, and I remember being stuck here for quite a while, really quite a while. And in fact, there is one more really tough moment, and that is where I got really stuck, most stuck. I was stuck here, but I got through it after, playing around with digits a bit, but then I was stuck at a different point. So at this point, this is one of the defining moments in the Sudoku. You need to eliminate a 5 from this cell. At first glance, it doesn't really seem apparent, but you can get the idea because we have already worked around these corners, but we have never touched this area of the grid, right? So what happens is if you have a 5 here, a 6 and 7 are forced here instantly. This becomes 6, 7, 8, 9. There's nothing complicated about that. Now, right? So the moment you have 6 here, this is not a 6 and this becomes a 1 2 pair. So you have a 6 7 8 9 1 2 and you have 5 here, so this will be 3 or 4, right? Now can you have a 3 or a 4 here? If you have a 3 here, you need 15 from these two cells, which is 6 plus 9 or 7 plus 8, both are eliminated. And if you have a 4 here, you have 14 from two cells, which is 5 plus 9 or 6 plus 8, and both are eliminated. A really tough deduction to see, and hats off to the top solvers for seeing these deductions really fast. This is not a simple deduction to see, a very tough deduction, and I don't think there is anything else you can do at this point. And I'm willing to give this in writing. This is the step that you need to find to continue the Sudoku. Okay, so 5 is eliminated here, which means 4 is eliminated here and 3 is eliminated here. And look what it does. Lo and behold, you have a 1 2 pair, which would not have been otherwise possible if 5 wasn't eliminated from here. Because if 5 was there, this could have been a 3, right? So since we eliminated 5 from there, this is a 1 2 pair. And now in this cage, this is a 9 cell long cage, right? There are exactly 9 cells inside, which means all the 9 digits are distinct. And now these 5 cells don't take 1 and 2. And you can't have 1 and 2 as the third cell of a thermometer. So 1 and 2 gets forced into these 2 cells. What a beautiful pair. So you can kind of take a pause here and appreciate the beauty of the Sudoku. This is where it starts to get even more narrower. The 5 part was the first one. And once you establish this pair, it doesn't become so easy even after that. Because right after this, you need to do a follow-up step, which I completely missed, guys. I completely missed. I'm not sure why I did that. So the next thing you need to see is, where does these 1 and 2 go in this box? Right? It's a simple question that you need to ask. But for some reason, I never asked that question, and I was all doing all kinds of stuff with the cages, thermometers, but never once asked, where does the 1 and 2 go in this box? Because that really gives you a beautiful little deduction. Now you can't have 1 2 here, you can't have 1 2 here, because it's in the same cage. So now 1 and 2 have 4 cells, and out of which you can eliminate 2 easily. You can never have 1 in the middle of a thermometer, and you can't have 2 here because that would force the bulb as 1, but you already have 1 2 here. So which means you exactly have 2 cells for the 1 2 pair in box 5. So this step was a blind spot for me. I missed it, completely missed it. So if I had found it, and the fact is that I did not see this step even when I made a resolve, and I had to really dig in depth into some of the solver's path. And as I said, I understood that this 1 2 pair is possible after watching Taylor Chen solve. And that I was really thankful to him for that, because this was really messing up with my head. But a wonderful Sudoku nevertheless. So now, where does the 9 go? This is the deduction that is really going to crack the Sudoku open, and which would not have been possible. Notice, if you don't establish this 1 2 pair, you have never a clue where the 9 goes. 9 could be here and 9 could be here too. You don't know. But the fact that you got a 1 2 pair here forces a 9 into these 3 cells, because you can't have 9 in a thermometer. Gorgeous, right? And the moment you have 9 here, you get an 8 here and you get a 7 here, and that rushes this thermometer. Beautiful. 6 5 4 3 2 1. Awesome, guys. I really appreciated the logical solve after that. After getting this from Teach and Solve, I just paused his solve there. I just closed the window, and then I restarted the Sudoku and I did it. It was really satisfying to do the Sudoku again. So 2 goes here, you have a 1. So 2 goes here, you have a 2. So this is 1, this is 2, which means this is not a 2, that's a 1 and a 3. And you have a 2 here, so that becomes a 1 6 pair. So that's a 2. And you have 6 here, so that's a 1, that's a 6. And now we can fill up column 2, right? 3, 8 and 9. Let's fill those in. And you can't have a 3 here because you already have it in the box. And now look at this row, row 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not a 4, that becomes 8, 9, so that's a 4. And now you have a 5, 6, 7 triplet inside the row. And now you can't have 5 here, right? So 5 is eliminated from this cell. So now if you look closely, this 18 kg, you can get something here. You obviously cannot have anything of 6, 7, 8, 9 because or to put it simply, minimum total from these two cells would be 14, 6 plus 8. So maximum you can have a 4 here, a 1, 2, 3, 4. So but 3 and 4 are eliminated, so it's 1 and 2, the only possibility. And if you have a 1 here, then both these cells must add up to 17, and which is clearly not possible. So the only possibility is 2 goes here, and you need 16 from these cells. So 7 and 9, excellent. 3, 8, 3, 8. That's not 7, that's 8 and 9. And 7 gets eliminated from here. So you have 2 in row 1, this is not a 2. So in column 8, there's only one cell left for 2, and which fills up this cage now. You need 17 from here, so that's 8 and 9. Excellent. Now let me take a pause here. Okay, you have 6 here. That's a 6. And that's 1, 8. And now you can resolve this 1, 2 pair. So that's a 2 and that's a 1. So which gives a 3 here and which gives a 1 here, which gives an 8 here and which gives a 1 here. Okay, so what do we do next? Okay, so where does the 8 go in row 7? I'm sorry, 7 goes in row 7. 7 goes here. And now using Sudoku, I can place a 7 in box 5. And which rushes up this thermometer 8 and 9. And now this guy can be filled. It must be 3, 4, 4, 5 and 5, 6. Reason being, you already have 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the left out digits. So 3, 4, 4, 5 and 5, 6. That is exactly 1 degree of freedom. Okay. The next thing, you have an 8 here. So that means that is an 8 and that is a 9. And okay, where does the 1 go in box 9? So 1 goes here and this becomes a 3, 7 pair. Okay, so if I look at this column, 3, 4, 7, 1 and 8. So I need 2, 5, 6 and 9. I can't have 9 in these two cells. So they both must be 2, 5 and 6. And 2 can't go here. I already have a 2. So now I have a 5, 6 pair in box 3. And that gives you a 2 here. And which means I get a 3, 7 pair here. Okay. Right, so where does the 1 go in row 4? 1 goes here. So far, I think I've tried to keep the solve as clean as possible. I have just explained you the only steps needed to solve the Sudoku. 2, 7, 8, 1, 3, 6. So I'll need 4, 5 and 9. That's a 5, 9. That's a 4, 5 because 9 is eliminated. And this is, oh, what am I doing? This is 5, 9, 4, 5, and that's a 4, 5, 9, right? Yeah. I think I put pencil marks wrongly in here. Okay, where does the 9 go in this box? 3 goes in this box. 3 goes here, and that puts 3 in one of these two cells. All right. Okay, so another small thing that you can observe about this Sudoku is these two cells are like really powerful. If you ask yourself where does those two cells go in this column, these 5 cells are instantly eliminated and you can't have here. So the only possibility is these two. So 5, 6, 9 will be occupied in these two cells, and you can't have 9 here. That's 5, 6, and now 9 is forced into this cell, right? So which deciphers this pair of digits. Excellent. Now 9 here gives me an 8 here, which gives a 3 here, which gives an 8 here. Okay. Okay, so where does the 2 go in box 6? Only one cell left. 2 goes here. Okay, so 3 in box 4 goes here. So these 2 cells have to be 4, 5 and 9. So what am I missing here? So 7 goes in one of these 2 cells. 1 is in here, 1 is in here. So 1 goes here. And 6 is not here. So 6 goes here. So these would be a 4, 5 and 8. And 3 now can be used to resolve this pair. So that's a 3, that's a 7. And 7 goes here now. So this would be a 4, 5 pair. I keep pressing tab thinking I'm solving on PenPa, because in PenPa I used to tab between the Sudoku normal and the Sudoku center mode. So just keep pressing tab and wondering why nothing is happening. So 1, 3, 6, 4, 5, 8, 2, 7, 9. Okay. Right. 3. Oh, I have a 5, 6 pair here. So this has to be 4. This would be 3 and that would be a 5, 6. And now this row can be filled. 3 and 4. So 3 goes here, 4 goes here. That gives 5, that gives 9, that gives 6, that gives 5, that gives 6, 5, 6, 5. This row can be completed. 4 and 5, 9. But this can be finished off first. 4 and 5. And 5 and 9. Excellent. And the left out digit is 6. Okay. So now this row can be filled in. Column 1, 3, 5, 6 and 7, 2 and 9. So that is 8 and that is 4. And now as you can see, the cross-shaped cage in the middle has all digits from 1 to 9. So this is 5, 8, 5, 8, which can instantly be resolved 8, 5. So this will be 4, this will be 3, and that will be 9, 7, 7 and 3. And I've finished this really gorgeous Sudoku by Pulverizing Pancake. I got such a sense of satisfaction, you know, when you're unable to complete something for a long time and finally you understand how it works. It really gives you a sense of satisfaction. So I really wanted to make a video on the Sudoku. Please do share your thoughts. What were the sticking points in the Sudoku according to you? Do remember to leave a comment under the video. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.